Big Guy 45 here with a shotgun slug and some more shells I'm going to shoot. We're going to compare a couple of shotguns today. You probably can read and already know what they are. Which is which? You're right, this is the Mossberg 930 SPX, and it's a semi-automatic shotgun. And then we have the 590 A1, one of my very favorite shotguns. Yep, I just want to make sure it's the 590 A1. Yep, that was it. It says right on the side. Okay, I needed a cheat sheet. One of my very favorite shotguns. This is one I rely on. I have it strategically positioned in my home. Okay, so you know I like it, and I've been shooting the 930 quite a bit the last few days, and I'm going to shoot it some more. Y'all have been requesting it for a long time, so while we have it here, okay, so what we're going to do is look at these two. Now, I'm kind of taking this from the perspective of, we have a video that we did a couple of years ago or whenever of like pump shotguns versus semi-automatic shotguns. And I'll put a link to that video in the description. I don't think both of them were Mossberg. One was I think the Benelli maybe, and then a Mossberg, but it was more about the different functions. And we'll touch on some of that in here too. You can't avoid it. But we wanted to talk about the difference between kind of these two choices. I'm kind of assuming you're relatively fond of Mossberg shotguns, maybe like I am, and I think a lot of us are. Some of us are not. Some of us can't stand the fact that they might have an alloy receiver or something, but most of us know they're good shotguns, and they get the job done. So you might have $600 or $700 in your pocket you're willing to spend for a shotgun, and you've narrowed it down to a Mossberg. You want a Mossberg, maybe you already knew. Yeah, I want a 590. I love those things. Maybe the 590 A1, just like this one. And a friend's got one, but another friend of yours has the 930 and loves it, and you, semi-automatic. You've never owned or fired a semi-automatic shotgun much, and you've heard a lot of rumors about them not being reliable maybe, or just whatever, so anyway, you kind of narrowed it down to Mossberg, but you're not sure you want to go with the semi-automatic or the pump shotgun. And so I'm going to tell you what to buy, because I know all. I know what you should buy. I know what's best for you, okay? Actually, I don't, but I'll maybe provide a little bit of insight. At least some questions to ask yourself, maybe some our experience, and just some of my thinking on it. Because I go back and forth sometimes myself. All right, so the 590 is semi-automatic, but it looks a lot like the other one, doesn't it? From the back, you got the safety. Now, these are both loaded in a magazine. Empty chamber, safeties are on. They've got the same safety setup and everything. So if you're a lefty or you're ambidextrous, either way you're in good shape. Okay, so this safety works with your right thumb or your left thumb. It's amazing how that works. And you got a lot better sights on this, although the 590 does come with you can put sights on it and put a ghost string. I think one model comes with a ghost string and a higher front sight, and different variations of it, of course. But the big difference, of course, is you've got a pump action versus semi-automatic. And you probably have, if you're kind of new to shooting, you might have a lot of questions about it. And some of you, I'll go ahead and say it, you might have fired both of these, you might have owned both of these, and you might be extremely opinionated about it, and hopefully it's based on experience. If you are, or the experience of friends that you trust, feel free to share what you know about both of these, okay? I have limited experience with the 930, and it's only with this one sample. And I have looked on the internet and read a lot of forums, and I see, it goes both ways on this gun, the 930. People have all sorts of problems with them, and other people have never had a problem with them. Some of the early models, there were reliability issues apparently. Front sights on crooked, the rail here on crooked or not on well. And what else? Another issue I read about it. Several people mentioned. Maybe about the magazine too, but so there were some quality control issues early on. Apparently, I think maybe they have addressed those, but you still see people complain about the reliability here and there with it. So if you have experience, feel free to share it. And of course, more people probably have experience with the 590, 598-1, whatever. All right, pump shotgun, including myself and John. We've shot a great deal. So what I've got in them right now, and we'll talk further, are just some slugs. So I thought I would, again, if you're brand new to a lot of these things, or maybe you don't even plan to buy one, but you've been curious about some of the differences, I don't know. Well, this one you can see, it's, the bolt to charge it, this doesn't move because you don't have a pump action. So to charge the thing, you pull this back, and there it went around into the chamber, see? So that's how you're going to have to charge it. And if it hangs up, that's where you're going to have to fix it. All right, that's your access right there, your bolt release. All right, so let's just take a couple shots. I've got slugs in here. Now I got some pretty good sights on it, so maybe I can hit something. Let's see if I can hit a turkey over there. Yeah, sure did. Knocked him down. Oh, guy went low. Man, just about broke my nose. Maybe I'm going high. Let's go back to the turkey. Let's go a little high, I guess. Well, that was some bad shooting, I'll have to say, but that's okay. Sometimes you just do. I wasn't doing that poorly when we did it yesterday. But anyway, generally you can hit with those things. I'm not sure what my problem was right then. So you can shoot slugs, and believe it or not, they're actually pretty accurate. Here, I'll put 3 more in here just while I'm shooting this one. Safety on, since those were handy. And see if I can overcome my embarrassment there. Let me see, I must have forgotten where to hold. I'm gonna try that turkey. I'm gonna hold right in the middle of that thing and see where it goes. I'll tell you what, I give up. Well, we'll shoot some bigger targets with it. Anyway, that's the, and believe it or not, it does shoot okay with slugs. So that's been our experience. Guys, look at the sights you've got on it. I mean, it really jumps out at you. Maybe something about the lighting there, I don't know. We'll try it again maybe before it's over. So let's try this. Now, you would think that, with the sights and everything, and the ghost ring, that, it'd be impossible to miss with this. And even excuse me, the shooting we've done with it, I didn't do that badly, but maybe it didn't hit as well as I would have expected to, but it does have good sights on it. So we get the same ammo in this one. Now watch me not miss with this one, with no sights, essentially. I'm gonna try that same turkey. Maybe it's the Twilight Zone over there, and they're just a mirage or something. All right, took him down. Let's try that pig that I missed so much. Okay, got a couple more. Let's wake up the gong. Oh, another one. Let's try a buffalo. Rolling. Well, I've shot this one more. Okay, put it that way. All right, now that looks like some kind of contrived deal, doesn't it? That it really wasn't. I did, part of what I wanted to show you, which I do quite often, is that with just a bead front sight, these things are still kind of like a rifle. But I wasn't trying to go overboard and say, well, let's shoot this gun with great sights and see how it does and not hit anything. Shoot that, hit everything. I really didn't intend to do that. I promise. We don't need drama. We try to be real here. Okay. So anyway, they both will shoot slugs fine. Maybe I'll shoot a couple more with this and figure out where to hold again. So differences. Oh boy. Well, as you know, if it's semi-automatic, it's going to load itself there, as you saw. And your system is a little more complex, and you're relying on it to function reliably. So if you don't trust it, you probably want to go with a pump, right? I think for me, if it's a semi-automatic, I've got to trust it right near 100%. Okay, so if you're in that decision-making process, it's just got to work. There are some advantages we've talked about, of course, in that other video I'll link to. You know, with I'm not sure what all I covered in that one, but you know, with a semi-automatic, theoretically, it's a little bit easier to shoot it one-handed if you had to, because you're not having to work the pump. But then again, you can work a pump if you have to. You can put that thing between your legs, and you know, you can break the. If you pull the trigger, it won't lock up, of course. If you fired it, you can get another one in it. You can even, you know, if you get a hold of it, you can even, let's see, let me pull the trigger. You can even get one in. You know, there's other ways to reload it, all right, and make it go. But you know, be that as it may, whatever you think that's worth, being able to operate it maybe more easily one-handed. But you know, if you get to a situation where you just are down to one arm, I don't know, you may be down to one round too, and then you're going to have to reload it with one hand. So you're kind of in trouble either way. With this gun, you'll get a little bit less recoil. Firing both of those guns there, both shotguns with the same ammo, which is the maximum rifled slugs I was firing there. This one kicks a little bit less, the semi-automatic, the 930, because it's just the gas system and everything. It absorbs a little bit more of that. So you do soften your recoil a little bit. It'd be one of the advantages of this one. If you're very recoil sensitive and you trust the semi-automatic, you know, this might be a better choice. Again, price-wise, they're not dramatically different. This one you can get for somewhere between $600 and $700. Just depending where you find it, $650, something like that. It just depends. Like the 598 one, probably maybe 75 bucks less than that, something like that. So I don't know, again, just depends on where you buy it and the pricing of the month. So there's not a dramatic difference in money, just a different operation, less recoil. They hold about the same ammo. This one holds 8 plus 1. This holds really kind of 7 in the magazine, but you can get one in the carrier, ghost load it, and you can get 8 or 9 in this one as well. Not a lot of difference there. Okay, they have kind of the same feel. They do when you bring them up. They're both Mossbergs. You know, they just, you know, safety's right there. They're very convenient to use, and they just feel, you know, real natural and point naturally. No doubt about that. Of course, the big advantage, I hate to mention it, but is with this pump, this 598-1, makes it a way better shotgun because it'll take a bayonet lug. It'll take a bayonet. It has a lug on it, okay? So if you're looking for a bayonet lug, you need the 598-1, right? Reliability. Everybody knows that this Mossberg 598-1, the Mossbergs in general, pump shotguns are pretty reliable, and they're not going to have a big problem. If I knew I had to go to battle tomorrow with this thing, reliability would not be on my mind. Maybe the weight of it or whatever, the capacity. I could have a lot of things I don't like, but thinking it's not going to work when I need it would not be on my mind. It wouldn't. Now I might short shuck it, as they say, short stroke, and that is, you know, when you go into the next round, pull a trigger and you don't bring it back far enough, you think you did, and you go click, you know, nothing worse than a click when you expected a bang, or vice versa. And so you can short shuck it. And if you read much about the differences between like these two guns, you know, short shucking is a big deal, and with this one, and then of course you can have a malfunction, you know, with this. If it hangs up on you, okay, there you go. Personally, I don't think short shucking rises to the level of a malfunction in the semi-automatic, the 930. Generally speaking, could be exceptions. If I short shuck this thing, my hand's already on that, and you know, it comes out and it goes a click, I'll bring it back with more force, so I'm ready to shoot again. So if I get a click, boom! You know, it's not like I've got to, okay, stop and clear it, you know. So short shucking to me is not good, but it's not nearly as bad as a serious malfunction in a semi-automatic. So something for you to think about if you're trying to decide. And again, it depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to hunt with it, you want a longer barrel. It's not necessarily a defensive, you know, gun or something. Then, you know, the reliability is not quite as big a factor. But when it comes down to semi-automatic shotguns, and this one specifically, reliability gets discussed a great deal. And we have had 2 or 3 malfunctions with the 930. Okay, so in comparing these, we got some real life experience with them. I don't know if we've ever had any trouble with that other than us short shucking it, right, John? And but this one has malfunctioned 2 or 3 times on us. Okay, and it was not, maybe one time I didn't really consider that a malfunction, was when I first, I mentioned this in the video, I loaded just field loads the very first time, and there was some kind of hang up, it didn't feed or something. And I thought, well, maybe it won't feed, birdshot, 100% reliably. It's a defensive shotgun, and some don't. And so that didn't bother me too much, but then it didn't do that again, okay? But we did have 2 or 3 other hang-ups with it, and you'll see them in the video, or you may have already seen them, okay? So anyway, that's something to consider. I've read a lot about it. I've seen a lot of opinions on it, on this particular gun. A lot of people love this gun. A lot of people, this 930 semi-automatic at Mossberg, have had great performance out of it, great reliability out of it. Okay, I mean, I see it on the web, unless they're making it up, and everybody's not making it up. Some might. I think sometimes people have a tendency to forget about some of those malfunctions they have, maybe, but everybody's not wrong, and a lot of people get really good reliability and service out of the 930. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And of course, almost everybody does out of the pump, the 590. Let's try a couple of field loads here. Okay, some of these. All right. Well, let's see. I don't really need to do that. I just put them in here. I think the reloading is fine on both of them. On the 930, it seems like you have to make sure you really get it clicked in there. We had a little issue with not getting around it to clicked in and coming back and kind of hanging up the action. And we were kind of out of service till we messed with it. There we go. And the 7th one, I guess it is, or 8th, yeah, 7th, I guess, it barely makes it in there. And that was part of the issue, I think. Let's just go ahead and load them both while we're doing it. Now this one holds, I think, 1 extra. This thing loads like butter. I just changed the spring in it too recently. Ordered another one. That's cheap enough insurance to keep your magazine springs, switched out strong, especially if you keep them loaded. It doesn't hurt anything. It's more critical on a semi-automatic, of course. There we go. I guess I got it loaded. Okay. So we got birdshot now. As far as performance and just shooting and maybe engaging targets fairly quickly, everybody knows that the semi-automatic, this 930, almost anybody can shoot it faster. You can put more hits on target, faster, generally speaking. So let's just try that. Maybe I can hit something close here. Wow. I'll just move around and pop several different targets here maybe. All right, we're ready to go. So I remember not to shoot bowling pins. Got birdshot in here. Oh, what do I want to shoot? Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go along. Okay. So, it's just, you don't have to work a pump. You can just move it around. And of course, if you're pumping them into the same targets, you can do it, even faster. But now a pump is no slouch either. You can put them out there. So let's just do that. The old pump, I mean, it shoots fast enough. That's the thing. I mean, if you think about it, if you're boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I mean, are you figuring out quicker than that what targets need to be engaged? I always think about that, So you're generally going to be shooting it and working it as fast as it needs to be worked. I used to think about that when I was shooting IPSC and competing in USPSA matches and things, and people had gotten so quick on targets that it became unrealistic, just the sheer speed, because part of that is just like all those guys, a lot of who play Army, who grew up playing cowboys, playing Army, and all that kind of thing, and shooting targets and all this stuff, not because we're violent or anything, it's just fun. Well, in a USPSA match, it's kind of like that. You're engaging targets so fast. Well, you get to these master class shooters, they're engaging 4 or 5 different targets so quick. I mean, they almost don't even look at them or see it. It's like boom, 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 boom. Well, you think your average SWAT team point man needs to do that? You got to evaluate the target, you know, and see, should you be shooting at that target, you know? So it's a game, though. It's a game. In the real world, the pump is fast enough. That's my point, I think. Okay. But you see, they both shoot great, and it puts it out there. And you know what I'm going to do? I said this wouldn't be long, but I've said it before, haven't I? I don't want to make this gun look worse than it is. So I'm safe. I mean, I'm not not to say it's like a horrible gun. We don't like to make any firearm look worse than it actually is. And that first string of shooting was pathetic. We feel a little bit of an obligation to give a realistic look, you know, at whatever firearm it is, you know, and usually not that lame with my shooting. So I just want to make sure it's not the gun. Let me put one on the gong. Let me slow down here. John, you didn't change the sights, did you? They didn't loosen up or anything. Okay, that's what it is. John probably has a screwdriver in his back pocket, and he's over there twisting that. All right, gong time. Okay, we try the ram. I'm gonna hold on the top of his back. Okay, I might have been holding too low on a lot of those hits. I'm gonna try that pig up there on the left. I'm gonna hold up on its back. I went just over it. A little high. Okay, I think I was still going high. But anyways, in the ballpark. Okay, so I know what it is. Having good sights just throws me off, messes me up. I just like to look down a barrel. Give me a piece of pipe, you know, that's all I need, that's all I want, maybe. I'm so used to that I don't know how to shoot a gun with real sights. So anyway, like I said, I didn't want to make this a 20, 25 minute ordeal. If you're looking at, you know, one of these, they're both good shooters. You can handle either one of them. Depends on your purpose. Not a lot of difference in money. As always, check the forums, you know, check videos, check everybody's opinion, and see what other people are experiencing. This is just one target, or excuse me, one sample, one firearm. And, you know, our experience is we've had a couple, 3 malfunctions. Probably have shot it 150, maybe 200 times. Maybe they need 300 rounds to get kind of broken in. I don't know. You might know. That's the beauty of social media. You know, you can share your experiences. You know, a lot of people do that, by the way. They don't just go around trolling or hating on social media. Thank goodness, really. You know, we focus on trolls and haters a lot, don't we? Because who are these idiots? What are they doing here? What's wrong with their life or something, you know? But really, when you get right down to it, it's such a small percentage. Most of you contribute something, and you share your experiences, you know, and that's the beauty of it. So let folks know what your experience is if you have one of these, okay? Preferably not somebody who works for Mossberg or who works for Benelli or works for a competing company. Let us know. I'm curious too, because I'd like a semi-automatic shotgun just fine. I could make the switch. Now, right now, I lean to a pump because I know it's going to work. So I need a reason to change my preference, you know, and that big reason, first of all, and that may not be enough, but if it's 100% reliable or it's as reliable as that, maybe I could switch over. You know, then it'd be other issues maybe, but at least that would not, the most important issue, be an issue. So let us know what your experience has been with the 930s. And we tried a variety of ammo. One thing I'll say for it, we've shot it pretty much, and again, just 2 or 3 hang-ups, but it functioned through a lot of rounds just fine with slugs, 3-inch Magnum buckshot, boy, some shoulder killers, and then that light stuff right there. You know, it feeds that fine too. So it kind of lives up to what it's supposed to do most of the time. it feeds a wide range of ammo. My new Benelli M4 doesn't seem to do that. He puts, if you load the magazine with this, it becomes a single shot basically. You know, now it might break in and do better, but later. But it's a single shot. You know, it's like a pump, except you have to work the bolt every time. It's kind of funny. I think it's a defensive shotgun. It's not a big crime with this one either. If it didn't feed those, it wouldn't be that bad. But anyway, so what did I forget in all my rambling? Same price range, a little bit more on this one. Reliability, and oh yeah, well, I got to shoot the watermelon, because if it won't take out a watermelon, you know, it is worthless. But there, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Since I had such a bad shooting day with this, I'll give the 930 the privilege of taking out the fruit there. Well, you know what? I got several things I didn't shoot. I was about to let you guys go, and I don't know why. I'm gonna get some more slugs in this thing. I'm gonna show you it. We'll shoot slugs, and right now, John's as perplexed as kind of I am, because we both were shooting it pretty well. In fact, I think he's going to do a slug fest with it, and you know, just, I don't know what it is. I don't know, I haven't been up too long. I've been up since 4 a.m., but that shouldn't be it. I mean, I can see the sight's fine, so who knows? Who knows? It's the twilight zone. So we'll shoot some more of those. We'll finish off those targets at least. You know, it comes down partly to, you know, of course in this gun, you know, talked about the experience we've had with it, and you'll share your experience with it, because there's a lot of them out there. It's been around a while. And then a lot of it just, again, comes down to the difference in general between the way a semi-automatic functions and a slide action or pump gun, you know, functions. Okay, let's shoot some more here. Okay. I thought I was finished. I could have more fun, John. I'm gonna put one on the target. I'll just put one there. It'll look like two. Yep. We got bowling pins. Wow. Look at that. Nothing like a slug. There's another 2-liter. Wow. And let's hit the gong again. Oh, wait a minute, we got a watermelon. Can't forget him. It might be about empty. Oh no, we got one for the gong. Boom. Oh, we got another one. There's a 2-liter. Artillery piece. So pretty nice, nothing like an artillery piece. Like I said, it functions a wide range of ammo. And we haven't had a malfunction today, have we? So maybe it needed more breaking in. We're going to shoot it in a couple of more videos. So we will really have a good handle on this firearm before we're finished with it. This is the second video. First video we had, you know, like I say, 2-3 malfunctions. You'll see that, or have seen that. And so none in this video. And we'll see how it goes as we, you know, often we don't do 4 videos with a firearm, but we are going to do some more with this thing. Okay. So I don't know if that helps you or not, but we thought, why not while we have it? You know, you might be looking at a couple different Mossbergs here to choose from, and you know, a couple very common selections. So for whatever that's worth, probably not much, but I enjoyed shooting the firearms. Right now, this one's still my baby, I'll have to say. Life is good.
Hi, welcome to the end of the video. It's good to see you guys here. I want to tell you guys about our friends over at SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. You can find them at sdi.edu. They are a fully accredited online distance learning program where you can become certified in gunsmithing or get an associate's degree in firearms technology. And they also accept GI Bill. So check them out at sdi.edu. And while you're on the internet, please also check out some of the other stuff we got going on. There's the Hickok 45 and Son YouTube channel. There's the Hickok 45 Facebook. There's The Real Hickok 45 on Instagram. There's Hickok 45 on Twitter. I've got John_Hickok 45 on Instagram. There is a John Hickok Facebook page. We have full30.com. There's our website, hickok45.com. We'll keep it simple for you. You can also find our store where we sell shirts and stuff like that on the website. There's also links on the main channel page and in the description and all that good stuff. And please be sure to check the descriptions in the videos every now and then, because we'll put information in there sometimes that might be useful to you. Who knows? But I appreciate you guys for watching the whole video. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. I'm sure that you did, and if you didn't, we'll probably hear about it. But I'll see you guys later, and thanks.